Gav has the weather next.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson has been acclaimed as a landmark medium SUV.
Time to see how long this heat's going to last with Gav.
Thanks, Paul. Wow, what a scorcher today as expected. We hit the low 40s across large amounts of the region, from the northwest over to the plains and cracking the 30s over the tablelands. Some relief moving through, but it's still going to be quite hot tomorrow. First of all, Eddie Grood caught just about every sunset colour possible in this one, looking west from beautiful Jimmy's Beach just near Hawk's Nest. A spectacular photo. The past 24-hour rainfall coming down hard and fast over the red centre. The Alice getting a nice little drink at the moment. Scattered storms still right across the top end. Still very dry over the majority of New South Wales, and that includes us. It has been bone dusty dry yet again. That little change just revealing itself. A little bit of cloud they're trying to push on through as the southerly moved in across the region during today. Brought in a lot of humidity, most of that captured on the west or eastern side of the divide and throughout the Hunter, so nothing much over the western side as far as moisture content is concerned. You can see ex-tropical cyclone Winston deteriorating now, tropical low, but still spiralling around there in the Coral and Tasman. Scattered storms over the top end again throughout today. In the west, well, more heat has been moving in because the old horseshoe trough has moved into place. Now, tomorrow, onshore winds, they're going to be very gusty on the eastern side of the divide, and that's where it's going to be wet. You've got a huge, monstrous swell that is running along the east coast, thanks to ex-tropical cyclone Winston. Inland, that trough line's drawing in a little bit of cloud cover and a little bit of moisture. We may have some showers there move in across the region, but all of it's going to be very light on. Sydney getting a nice little burst overnight and early tomorrow morning. Brisbane's going to be very hot. The Alice is still up there, much cooler throughout the southeast. And there's the heat returning to Perth again. They've had numerous heat waves this summer. It has been absolutely brutal in the Golden West, and they've got another one on their hands. In for a local look at temperatures, we hit 40. Tamworth to Barraba, 42 at Gunnedah was recorded today. The low to mid-30s, that's hot for the Tablelands. Armidale, 34. Guyra, 32. Glen Innes was 34 also. And Inverell almost got to 40 degrees, also feeling the pinch. And the low 40s were cracked right across the plains from Narrabri up to Wee War, out to Moree, Gravesend, out to Mungandai. All those northern locations were excruciatingly hot throughout today, and the humidity, there wasn't much there at all. The pressure is falling slightly, and there's the southerly moving in and gusty at times as we move into this evening. Tomorrow's forecast rain, it is going to try to rain. We're going to have some little bits pushing through. We may see some storms around the mountain areas and off to the north, but all of that shower activity overall for us is going to be very much on the light side, except for the potential of a little bit of storm activity off to the north. Look at the heat. It's still there despite these southerlies. The southerlies have been coming through this year, but they just haven't been very cold at all. Two reasons. One, it's very, very warm off the coast over the sea surface temperatures around the East Australian current. And, of course, it's travelling over what is a very hot land mass at the moment. So we've still got the mercury headed in the mid to high 30s across the northwest. The risk of a shower, small, partly cloudy skies. So a little more comfort is on the way throughout tomorrow, with the mid-20s expected across New England and the Tablelands for tomorrow. Sun's up at about 6:38 and down at approximately 7:30. You've got that moon a little bit still left over, but it's completely waning away now as we move towards the new week, which should be dry and hot again. It's going to be fine and mostly sunny there as we move into the middle latter part of next week for Tamworth. For Armidale, some showers lingering, may get one or two, capturing a little shower, brief one here and there on Sunday, but most of it drying out out across the weekend, and dry next week, also warming up somewhat. We'll be back to 30 by the middle of end of next week. Moree Plains, a little bit of relief over the coming days, particularly Sunday, Monday, and into the early part of next week, but then from Thursday, Friday, it's going to be quite hot. Boating, south-southeasterly winds, good for boating on inland waterways, dangerous conditions on the coast. It's not going to be pretty at all over the mountains. If you're holidaying, it is going to be wet, windy with monstrous seas. The dams in the Hunter still in good shape. Chaffee slipping away. Keep it's down to 11 at the moment. Split Rock at just 6%. Copton is at 17. Pindari has taken a little bit of a fall there as well, dropping down to 40%. But at any time, if you'd like to capture or catch up on any of your local stories, you can log on to our website.
Thanks, Gav. Finally tonight, hurricane-force winds have produced incredible waves on Hawaii's North Shore for the famed Eddie Aikau Invitational.
Just plain scary.
Yeah. Cowabunga for sure.
Spirit of Eddie lives on.
That is the latest news.
Have a great weekend.
Good night.
Good night.